Is there a clock in here?
No. There's a giant TV.
Hi, I'm Will Robichaux, and I am live from Colonial Sound at Concord Carlisle High School with Chloe Koval, or Clover
Hey.
Koval. And she's going to be playing some music, and we're going to be talking about music and new stuff and all sorts of things. So, yeah, before you start, just tell us a bit, like, about yourself, about your music, like, how long have you been playing guitar, and just everything in general.
Sweet. I've only been playing guitar for, I think, 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. And I've only been writing music for about 2 years, so it's a fun time. I recorded my first EP in the spring, released it in the spring this past year in 2018. And I'm currently recording a mini EP that should come out soon. And yeah, I do like some psychedelic indie pop rock kind of stuff. It can get a little heavier and experimental, or it can get lighter and folky. So yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Thanks.
So yeah, why don't you just take us away with your first song?
Cool. This first song I'm going to play is called Nose Close to Mine. Shaggy disposition is everything I'm missing right now. Bring your nose close to mine. Lie next to me where everything's fine. You appreciate how I'm a little lost girl. My brain swims in a swirl. Get how much I love my dog. Mention him when I'm stuck in this fucking fog. Bring your nose close to mine. Lie in bed where everything's fine. Call me a hippie and I'll still be dippy for you. Curl your arms around me, we'll sleep and watch our sheep. Sleep and watch our sheep. That's it.
How about we do one more, and then we'll talk about some influences and upcoming material, possibly, from you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, this song is called Marzipan. It's off the album Mountains in Marzipan, which is kind of where the name of the album comes from. Please just ignore me, I'm just a little dizzy now. I'm tired of running, scuffing my feet around. I hope I'm fine, I hope I'm just tired. I will skip down, I wish I was wired differently. it over, never pulling up and drifting away. It's all the same, it's all the same, it's the same. Here or on Mars, it's all just the same. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Cigarette couches, girls wearing blouses every day. Another drips out from crystal low paydays. It's all the same, it's all the same, it's the same. Here or on Mars, it's all just the same. Sweet.
Awesome. So, I've listened to your album Mountains and Marzipan a few times, and I've heard like one or two of your new songs. So can you just tell us, like, I don't know, what is different about each of the things that you're working on? Because I definitely feel like, I don't know, it's a different style, maybe different influences. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my songs are individually influenced. Like, I'd say as a whole, that my album that I just released is more shoegaze / like, I don't know, indie influence. There's like a couple songs, like the song Green Mountain Grown that I'll play later, actually has some like bossa nova pop influences, which I don't know if you can hear, but you might be able to hear in the second part of it. And then there are other songs that like are more influenced. That song also has a part that on the album I won't play today that is like layered experimental in 7/5 or 7/4, I forget what I did. That's like influenced by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. So it's like I take little pieces and put them into each song of whatever I'm listening to. So I don't know, the stuff I'm writing right now is really influenced by the stuff I've been listening to over the summer. So I've been listening to a lot of some European bands. Like there's a band Papoose that I'm into. This guy Antonin, who's the bass player from that, I've been listening to a lot of. So I don't know. It's, I guess, more emotion based too in my lyrics writing, because just like getting ready for college, there's a lot of thoughts coming in, and I don't know, my lyrics can stretch from anything. Like usually they're emotion based, but they're a little more explicitly that now, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like songs like Ontario, which I think you said you're gonna play later, like there's a real story behind a lot of your music, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
And like Ontario, I was part of that like whole experience. Like I won't get into it now, but
yeah, basically just like we and a bunch of friends went to Canada together, and I wrote a song about it. I'll play that one next. Actually, it's in a different tuning, so I'm gonna grab that guitar.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, listening to your music really just is pretty, I would say it's a really nostalgic feeling that you get. It's like, because you've also been working, or you were working on those songs for a really long time before before you recorded them. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it took like a year to actually pull the whole album together. It's only 7 songs, so it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so whenever you're ready, I guess.
That's loud. So this is Ontario. We had a grand time the last time we drove to no clue. They're so inclined to take from the vine impromptu. That one makes me feel like a grounded, rooted tree. I'm older, but still so green. Anime design, one of a kind, never colder. I stand on this place of hickory, island beholder. It's all blah blah till you pick me up and we draw our cartoons. With the car vulture's claw, we drove around and we saw our futures. That one makes me feel like a grounded, rooted tree, like I'm older, but still so green. Anime design, one of a kind, never colder. It's warm when we go to sleep, shoulder to shoulder.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that, well, I don't know. So I think us having this recording studio here has really influenced like my musical career, my musical path, just because like without being able to come here and practice and like learn a little bit about recording, I wouldn't have been able to like record any music, or I probably wouldn't have been motivated to try to learn it myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just can you give us sort of an idea of your experience coming in here and working with Owen and everyone else to like, just create a record?
That experience is honestly one of the things I'm most grateful for out of like coming to this school. Like, it's such an awesome resource that we have, and we're so lucky because like lots of schools have recording studios, but of this like caliber, it's so professionally run, and Owen is so knowledgeable. I've learned so much from just recording and coming in here. Like a lot of kids would hang here during lunch blocks. I know I would.
Yeah.
You just absorb so much information, and I've learned so much about producing and mixing and mastering like that I never thought I wanted to know before. Mm-hmm. So it was really cool. I'm just so grateful for this, and like going to college, I'm going to miss this. Like I know I am, because I'm going to be recording with like a little condenser mic in my room and like that compared to this has like, I don't know, this has been amazing to record here.
Yeah. And like especially as like DIY musicians, you know, like you've had to book shows and like, you know, make connections to figure everything out. So like having something like this takes away, like especially like from a monetary standpoint, like going into a studio to record can be, you know, astronomically expensive. So
for sure. Yeah.
So I don't know. This is a great place, and we're gonna be doing 2 more of these live sessions. One a week from now on August 21st, and another week from that on the 28th. So stay tuned. Like, come back, because it's going to be fun. We have some really cool stuff planned.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to play a new one next. I'm just going to play one. This is going to be on my EP that I'm releasing later this year. It didn't have a name for a while, and now I've just been calling it A Way, like A Way, A space way, like 2 words. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. And it's pretty emotional. It's slower. It's a little different from my other stuff. Sometimes thoughts can feel like a pancake, twitchy hand clipping hard, and spines can't shake. If you had known, you would have called. If you'd had known, you would have gone away. Lying naked, legs crossed, blinking at the dark, wishing that emotions would be less stark. If you were me, you would have been that song. If you were me, you may have gone away. Is it bad that I want more? Is it bad that I don't know anymore? Driving home, clinging on to my cloudy sight. I like seeing possums on the edge of the road because they can see at night. Why am I this way, I ask? Why can't I just be okay? Why are you like clay, you ask? Mold into the things that push you away, away. Cool.
So you were telling me recently, like a few days ago, maybe a week, that you've been able to write lyrics a lot, but like you were getting stuck when it comes to like guitar parts and all that. But I'm sort of the opposite way. Like I can produce guitar parts like semi-frequently, but I've never been able to write lyrics. So can you like tell me about your process and like...
Yeah, well, I feel like every artist, like in any art form, like music or whatever, has different waves of creativity. Like you'll have moments where you just feel like you can't do anything, and then you'll have moments where so much, like you're overwhelmed with creativity and you have so many ideas and you can't process them fast enough. I feel like my lyrics and my music are separated in that way. Sometimes like it comes more organically and I can just like write lyrics as I'm playing a guitar riff that I'm writing. But most of the time it's usually I'll write a poem and then incorporate that into a song. And I've written poetry for a while, like way longer than I've been writing music. So that comes more naturally typically to me. And recently, yeah, I've just been in this rut where I feel like I keep writing similar guitar riffs. But I think I'm slowly coming out of that because I've had more time to just sit by myself with my guitar. And when you kind of force yourself to do it, sometimes, not all the time, but you can get something really nice out of that. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really got to buckle down and pump out some lyrics. I've been really slacking on that. Yeah, all right. I guess we can play another song.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'll play a few more.
Yeah, sure.
All right. This song is the Stink Bug song. It's about my fear of stink bugs. It's a short, cute little one. I'm alone with my emotions, simply sitting here. It's Saturday night, turn off the lights, I'm holding back the tears. And you stroll right up to me and don't need to say a word. Creeping over my shoulder, trying to blend in. your buzzing doesn't make me still have enough friends. And your peaceful presence makes me feel still as a rock. Petrified in a bedroom box, nowhere left to run. Your little army corners me and suddenly I am stunned. I yank in another breath, maybe you're not so bad. You used to freak me out with your spindly 6 legs and clout. Now I'm starting to see stink bugs are more like me. Okay, the next one I'm gonna play is Green Mountain Grown, which I've only done it live once actually at an acoustic show that I played recently. So this is gonna be like an edited version of it. It's not gonna be as long as the one on the album, but. Old dusty mountain tops, old pipe resin is rotten. Clouds enshrouding on my mind. Hills. I feel like the atmosphere cluttered with carbon and nowhere left to steer. Good intentions growing ill. Look at what you've done. Look at what you haven't done. Look at the earth, heavy clouds, too much birth. What are you gonna do when there's no wood left to knock on? My brain is like an ecosystem, bubbling at its core. It's fun to talk and fun to sleep, but not when you're bored. Stripped from the toasted interior of a building and thrown all the way to space. Why do I feel my heart beat when I stay inside? Why do I flood my pores with tears all of the time?
So one of my biggest problems with like a lot of the live sessions you can find on YouTube, like KEXP, Audio Tree kind of stuff, is they never talk about gear or like even look at pedals.
That's so
really,
true.
It bothers
Why don't
me
they do
so.
that?
I don't know. It could be like the artist's preference, maybe.
I guess. Yeah.
Like I could see that, but like could we talk about some of your pedals
Oh,
and like
for
guitar?
sure.
Like I know the story behind the guitar, but it's pretty cool, so you should tell it.
Yeah, I'll start with the guitar. This is an Italia Monza, and I got this at Mr. Music, which is a store in Alston. I got their strap. I love them so much. They're like actually the best gear store I've ever been to. And I spotted this guitar a while ago, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And it was way out of my price range. I was like, there's no way I could ever afford that. But it's such a cool guitar. It's so ugly and beautiful at the same time. And that is why I love it so much. And I've never seen one before. And it actually comes with like a little portable amp that sticks on it. It sounds disgusting, but it's so cute. And that like completes the shape. That's why there's this giant like bite taken out of it. And nobody wanted this guitar because it was just sitting and collecting dust. And every time I go to the store, I'd play it. And they started to know me there as the girl who wanted that guitar but couldn't afford it. And then finally they dropped the price. And it was still like pretty out of my budget. But I was like, you know what? I'm never going to find another one of those. I have to get it. And I splurged. And I love it so much. It's like the coolest thing. It's my baby. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. There's this corner in Mr. Music where it's just all these weird guitars that no one's ever. There's one called the Jelly, and it's just like this orange.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It just has one pickup, and it just it just says the Jelly on the top.
It's like, why would you want that guitar, but you want it because it's so ugly?
Yeah. So if you're not too secretive about it, can you walk us through what you use on your board?
Oh yeah, no. So I have a Digitech synth wah, which is where you hear all the like wah sounds from. I use it a lot on my album. I don't use it as much when I perform live. You'll hear it like here and there. And then I have my Earthquaker Devices terminal, which is like the coolest fuzz ever. I can't find many other fuzzes that I like as much. It's very like noisy and you can make it sound really weird. I don't usually use it like that, but sometimes. And then the Joyo Vintage Phase is just like a Phase 90. It's the same thing. And Icebox Stereo Chorus by DoD. It's like the best chorus. Will agree with me.
Well, it's the best affordable chorus, definitely.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully
like that
no one catches on that DoD pedals are really good. Because right now they're super cheap, but they're going to get expensive.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I have the Icebox as well, as you know.
Yes.
And I think I gave you that phaser for free.
Will did give me that phaser.
Yeah.
Actually, Will gave me the phaser because I fell asleep on their couch. And they were like, Chloe, if you wake up, I'll give you this pedal. And that worked.
Yeah. So that's good. I'm glad, you know, if anyone's listening and they're like, oh man, I wish I knew what was on that person's board.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious.
Often. That's, yeah,
For me at least. Yeah. And then I just use a shit ton of reverb.
Yeah.
Through the amp.
All right. Yeah, if you're ready, we can go on to the next song.
This is going to be my last song.
All right.
This is See the Stars. And it's one of my favorite songs I've ever written. It's very fun to play. It's a little sad, but. All these folks, where will they go? It's hard to tell, loaded on snow. Some tapped out so many years ago. Maybe they are fine, who knows? And my pals are arguing about bars, and I still try to see the stars, but it's hard to see the stars when you live so close to the thing that glows the most. Water is so freaking strange. Colors are That's
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a great first session.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Yeah, I hopefully, next summer or something like that, we'll get to have a bunch more. But for now, you can tune in on the 21st, which is next Tuesday or 2 weeks from now, to see some other musicians from around here play some music.
Yay.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Woo.
Woo.